Hello, everyone. My name is Blanca Garcia Diaz. I am here in New York to the world. Today we have wonderful women. They are the co-authors, the very amazing book, My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly. So we are so happy today. You think, Kelly, this woman with the messages, with the empowerment. So today we we take 1 hour with them. So ready to go. So with me is Kelly Garcia. She is the host today. She will be talking with them. So she is ready to start. We can hear. You cannot hear.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Hello, Blanca. Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Garcia from Lima, Peru. So today is a special day because today we're going to talk about for an amazing book called My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly, written by Alexandra Velez and 8 co-authors. So can we also we will welcome you to this round of interview meeting 4 of the 8 co-authors of the awesome book, a work done by Revive Editorial. So maybe Blanca, can we go to the trailer?
Yes, definitely. Pero antes también déjame decirle a nuestro público en español que estamos felices porque hoy estamos con 4 hermosas y maravillosas mujeres coautoras de este libro de la gran autora Alexandra Vélez. Así que let's go. Let's see the amazing trailer. Wow, amazing. Let me bring the amazing girls too.
Yes, this is was so
Kiora,
awesome. Yeah.
Shani, Eugenia, and Elvia. Let's start, Kelly.
Hello with everyone. I'm so glad you can be here tonight. So, we're going to start with this interview. Getting back to this amazing book, My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly. So, this book shares the story of 9 women that face fear, challenge, and traumatic experience that changed their life forever. So, tonight, these 4 empowered women and co author of this great book will be tell us how to overcome this situation and how they came to achieve success, happiness, and freedom. So interesting. So we are ready. We have here our here 4 co-author, and I welcome each of you and thank you very much for being here tonight. So let's start with Chani Diaz. Chani, hello.
Hello, amazing ladies. I'm very happy to be here with you today and in this interview completely in English. So
Yeah,
I get to practice my English today.
yeah. Please tell our audience where are you from, Chani?
I am from Republic. I was born in Dominican Republic, and I live in Long Island for about 9 years now. And what else?
Yeah, that's so good. Thank you, Chani. Let's welcome to Kiora, Kiora Johnson. Hello, Kiora. How do you feel to be
Hello.
here tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. This is exciting. I'm really happy to be able to share this experience with all the ladies. So this is amazing.
Thank you, Kiora. And hello, Gina Woods.
Hello, hi guys. This is exciting as well. This is like a long-term dream coming true. Um, this is just amazing. Alexandra is just the ultimate encourager of all things, makes all things happen. So I mean, it's just awesome to be a part of this and a part of the Butterflies family.
Thank you, Virginia. So, what about you, Elvia Salinas? Hello.
Hi, how are you? I am from
Hi.
El Salvador. I was born in El Salvador and I was raised in New York. And I have three amazing children. And I'm very excited. This is actually my first book launch. So I'm extremely
Wow.
excited. And I'm just so blessed to be surrounded by Alexandra Velaz and the amazing Flutterflies community.
Oh, that's perfect. So nice to hear that, Elvia. So now, I want to know, how did you accept the invitation to be co-author of this book? Maybe Tani?
I'm sorry?
Yes. How do you accept the invitation to be co-author of this book?
Well, I'm very honored. And first, I was a co-author in another book. So another amazing book by Revive, my family Revive, Blanca Garcia and Andres. Thank you. And when I was invited by Alexandra, I say right away yes. And I'm committed to help other women. I believe that it is amazing when you get to share your experience to another woman and they can see that if you did it, they can do it too, because we all come from different experiences, different obstacles in life. And, sometimes, and I've seen that another people close to you, they have lived, if not exactly, but similar experience than you. And, this is pretty amazing to me to, be able to inspire and tell other women, if I did it, you can, no matter what, you will. So
Okay,
I'm very
thank
happy
you.
to be here with these amazing ladies here, like Elvia, Jamie, and, the rest of them. I'm very honored.
Okay, thank you. That's great to hear that, Shani. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, what about you, Kiora? How do you accept to be part of this project?
So I've worked with Alexandra before. I also have a nonprofit called God's Blessings Plan. So we've worked together in the community, helping people, inspiring people, and trying to do our best work out in the community. So when she invited me to it, I jumped right on it. I wanted to do something like this. I've been wanting to do something like this for a really long time. So it was almost like she read my mind. So she jumped in as always, and here we are. So I'm really happy to be here to do it.
Okay, thank you, Kiora. Thank you so much for sharing that too. What about you, Eugenia? How do you take the decision to be a co-author of this amazing book?
When the first book was published, I thought it was really cool because, just anything having women collaborate and share their experiences. Like the other young lady said, you never know what about your life can touch and motivate someone else. And I just was like, wow, this is amazing. And she was like, oh no, we're gonna do book two. And I'm like, okay, I think I need to be in this one. So, like I said previously, this has been like a great dream of mine. I've written poetry like my whole life. Um, I just was like, I just have to step out and take a chance. And it's just a great group of ladies to do it with. Like I said, Alexandra, I've known her the last couple of years, and I gotta say, she's encouraged me with not just my writing, but my other gifts that I have, with ministry and in the arts. So I was like, it would be crazy not to be a part of it. So I'm just excited and just, saying this is a bestseller book number two. So that's what I'm speaking right now. So
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Eugenia. I totally agree with you. When we have the chance, we have to take it, right? So, Elvia, so tell me to the complete audience, do you take the decision at the beginning? Maybe you think about it to be part of this book. Please tell us.
Actually, I was waiting for her to ask me because I already knew about book number one. So I was so anxious. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she asks me so I can participate, right? And I was just very blessed and fortunate that she did go ahead and ask me. And I tend to have the belief that we all have a story, even we might not think is worthy to share, but our story, I believe, our unique stories are so worthy to share because you just don't know who you might inspire. And so I definitely have my story, which, if you ladies read the book, know that it's a little bit different than the other lady story in the book. But I honestly hope that with the book that I am able to inspire, motivate other women or other families that are going through the same situation that I went through or that I'm going through.
Okay, thank you, Elvia. So it is a really pleasure to me to know all these stories behind the book and the way how you accept to be part of this project. I really admire each one of you. Thank you for sharing that. So I would like to announce to the audience, maybe the person that are connecting now, that we are talking about the release for this book, this amazing book. And also, I would like to announce that the release date, I'm so sorry, it will be on April 18th. Remember that day, April 18th, we will invite you to be part of this great launch through Revive Editorial. Okay, so make sure that you don't miss it out. Okay, so perfect. So we're going to be back through these co-authors from the book My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly. Okay, so we're going to continue. Let me see. Regarding the chapters, I was reading your chapters and I was verifying that there's a lot of phrases that I really admire. We're going to begin with the first chapter called "Don't Change Your Essence," written by Chani Diaz. Please, Chani, tell us about your chapter. Excuse me, Chani, could you hear me? I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Now I can hear you.
It takes me to my childhood when I was a kid, and it bring me a lot of memories. Not all of them nice, but I'm grateful for all of them. And you want me to read a little bit of my chapter?
Yes, of course.
I can. Okay, I'll read this part here. While other kids were playing, I had a full agenda of chores and responsibilities I needed to take care of. This will occupy my time from sun up to sundown. I use my father as my guiding light, and I will even imitate his routine and work ethic until today and every day in my life. I have another part here that I would like to read. The first step to fixing a problem is to identify that there is a problem and then take measures to correct and prevent future issues. In my life, I have to make uncomfortable changes that resulted in long-term comfort. I have to distance myself from toxic and uninspiring people around and close to me, and surround to myself with people that add positivity in my life. It was not until later in my life that I learned that the moments and people that hurt will always make us stronger and more resilient for life's next endeavors. They will lead to growth both spiritually and economically. All right? Therefore, I am grateful to the moments and people who caused me to grow and prosper. Despite disappointment, it all led me to where I am today. So, in my story, I speak about a lot about my mother, what I learned about my mother. Um, a few of you know that my mother passed when I was only 13 years old. Um, and this was a really uh, tragic situation in my life that uh, still hurt. But I have to live with my stepmother and my father, and I had really, really, really bad moments. But when you read my story, I use all that hurt, all that pain to be the person I am today. I did not change to a bad person. Um, I try to do the right things all the time. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. The only one perfect is God. But I always try to do the good things and not hurt people, because in life, what I see with my eyes and what I see every day, when you hurt people, you get hurt back. So I hope that any person that have been hurt or have been live this trauma, living with a stepmother or a stepfather, right? Um, there is a possibility that if you decide to move forward, it will, all the pain will just make you stronger.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you, Chani. I really admire you. I really see the words on your mouth. I also pass the way that lose something important in your life. Yes, and I think that all the audience have to read your chapter. They maybe can change the mind when they will read it.
And
So you have to try it.
I made a decision in my life when I was, living that difficult moments in my life, living with my stepmother. And I'm very grateful for her, because even though, you know, um, before I left home at 18 years old, I wrote a letter, and I hope one day they show me the letter. I told them I'm leaving and I'm going to do all my dreams a reality. I'm going to do what I want to do with my life. And I think that the results are there.
Yes, thank you, Chani. This is the point. We have to follow our dreams. Thank you so much for sharing that. So we're going to continue with Eugenia. Eugenia, your chapter is named Why I Didn't Die.
Yeah.
Please tell us about your chapter.
My chapter is just about how, as a child, going through a lot of trauma and not really understanding who I was, wearing the mask very well. I was doing well in school, maintained good grades, was very active, but I just was inside wanting to die so bad. I just didn't feel what was the point of me being in this world, what was my place here, and that obviously all these things are happening because there must be some type of defect within me, and just not appreciating, just my life period. And I share in the chapter even about having my children, even how I was feeling bringing children into the world still, and just not really valuing my life until a situation happened that kind of snapped me into reality about, how easy it is to really lose your life. And the situation that happened, snapped me out of it to get, you know, God, you've been great, so awesome to me. So even those difficult times, you kept giving me a chance, and I need to do the right thing and understand who you created me to be, and to share with the world the wonderful gifts that I have within that He has blessed me with. So, that's a little bit about a snippet about what's in my chapter. Some other things have happened, but I don't want to give it all away. But that's just it in kind of a nutshell, and just letting women know, no matter through the trauma, God has something for that trauma to help others, and just to live through it, that God has given you the breath and the lungs and the strength and the testimony for someone else.
Yes, I agree with you. When we help others, we are helping ourselves, right? So it was a difficult moment to express your feelings in this chapter, or maybe you feel freedom.
It was difficult to share the
Yeah,
chapter
totally
because
understand.
for me, right? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
difficult because part of me, like I said, I just thought, who's gonna miss me? And I feel like as women and as mothers, a lot of times we feel that way. Like if something happened to us, who's gonna miss me? Like it'll just be like vapor. And through the circumstances that you'll read in my chapter, I had to wake up to the point that no, I'm not just vapor. God has placed me here for something great. And I'm the one who has to acknowledge it and to tell God thank you, and to, you know, appreciate that.
yeah. Thank you so much, Eugenia. We really appreciate your work. So thank you. Thank you. We're going to go with the next chapter. Let me see. A name, Shattering My Glass Box, written by Kiara Johnson. Kiara, could you please tell us about your chapter?
Sure. So my chapter, it kind of follows me from when I was in high school and had two jobs. And the trauma, again, I think that's a common theme against most of us women, and most people in general. The trauma of situations, circumstances in my family, with friends, and throughout my family, and moving constantly, and being homeless at one point, and kind of having all of those traumas, and then how what it turned me into, how I decided that was not going to be where I am anymore, and that's what I'm going to do. And then it came to a point where, again, God steps in and says, "All right, well, I made you for more than running after the almighty dollar, and so now I want you to do this." And fortunately, unfortunately for me, it did. The one thing it did not include was the almighty dollar, right? So then trying to figure out and get your own identity aside from the money, right? Especially when you've had that trauma of being homeless and having to move, and all of those kind of things. So it just kind of follows that. It follows a little bit of diagnoses that I've had. Again, like Eugenia, I won't have too much. I won't lay it all out there, right? But diagnoses that you receive and things. So it's kind of following that whole trajectory and then landing in a space where it's like, you know what, I'm okay to be me without having to throw up the shield, the money shield to say I'm valuable, I'm worth something, I'm okay, I can stand on my own 2 feet. The thing that is my shield is God, right? And resting on that. So, I fully, am thankful for God for the place that He's put me in, put us in as women, in this book, and it's kind of speaks to all of that.
Yes, totally agree. That's right, Kiora. So in this world, we have to stay with our hair in the hand and don't change our mind through money, through a lot of things that the other people can contaminate our minds. We have to be the right person with the values that our family, maybe our parents give to us, right? So
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much, Kiora. So before to continue with the chapter of Elvia, I'm going to tell you that our main author of this amazing book, Alexandra Velez, is writing here on the comments. Yeah, we have here Alexandra. Thank you so much for being here too. So remember that the release date from this book, My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly, it will be on April 18. Remember that date, April 18. And also, if you buy, you will have the opportunity to buy this book through Amazon on a very special price only that day. Okay, so if you have to remember that only very special price for only that day. What day? April 18.
Yes, yes, Kelly. Let me tell in Spanish too, because all the people need to know
Hear
this.
me, Elvia?
This. Yes. Hello. Could
Hello?
you tell the
Oh,
people in
yeah.
Spanish too? El martes 18 de abril para toda nuestra comunidad, Alexandra Vélez y estas maravillosas mujeres darán vida. Podrás tener ya este libro en formato digital en tus manos y adquirirlo a un precio súper especial por Amazon. Ese día estaremos todas reunidas celebrando, por supuesto, este gran lanzamiento y todas tienen que conocer estas historias de estas hermosas, fabulosas mujeres. Let's continue.
Okay, thank you, Blanca. Thank you so much. So we're going to continue with the next chapter that is from Elvia. The name of this chapter is Becoming Us. Please tell Elvia what you aspire to share that part of your life. Tell us about your chapter 2.
Hi, yes. So Becoming Us tells the story about how I evolved from becoming just me to becoming an us component, right? I have a daughter with Down syndrome, and she is the light of my world. And so I had to get used I had to go through the acceptance process of having a child that, was born with a disability as society sees it, right? So I went through like a grieving process of grieving of loss of that perfect child that I had originally anticipated that I was going to have. And then how I had to eventually come to terms to accept and because it wasn't an easy process to digest and to be able to at least for me, because I found out about the diagnosis after birth. So I wasn't mentally prepared. So that process, I share that process of how I even felt like the need to try to negotiate with God, right? If he could somehow fix it, right? Fix the diagnosis. However, had I known then what I know now, that the purpose was much bigger for our life. And so I realize now that our purpose is bigger than I could have ever imagined. And so, I think I'm living testimony of the fact that when sometimes we try to negotiate with God because we feel like, our perfect life should be what we believe it should be. However, we have to just trust in what God has in store for us. And I eventually came to terms of how I was no longer just myself. It's an us team with my daughter and I. People know her, and sometimes they just gravitate to her before they even say hi to me. And I find it so endearing. And she's become part of the Flutterflies community. She's like a mini little Flutterfly, right? And she just loves being around all our amazing ladies. And so that's what the book is about, how I've evolved, and along with my daughter, into who we are now.
Yes, thank you, Elvia. As our author, Alexandra Velez, is writing on the chat, we have to remember that. We have to trust in the process, trust in God. I'm so sorry. This is the main, right? So congratulations, Sylvia. And
Thank you.
also for the people that are connecting in this moment, we are now talking about this amazing book, My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly, that is going to release on April 18th. Okay, so okay, thank you. So, Eugenia, I know that you are running with a time now. Maybe a final message that you want to give to our audience. Please also invite them to stay with us with the release date on April 18th through Amazon.
Yes, I would love for everyone to please, please support this wonderful book of strength, empowerment, perseverance. Please, our launch date is April 18th. Please come out and support this book. It's just a bunch of amazing stories that from women from different walks of life, different ages, and it's just something that you have to have in your library. And I just wanted to say that, I'm so appreciative to Flutterflies and to Alexandra Velez. Um, she just knows how to pull things out of you. And we need that. We need that as women. We need that as sisters. We need to have that, someone in our life to do that. And this book will definitely speak to you no matter where you're at. So please, please get this book. You will not be sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Eugenia. Thank you so much for being part of this interview tonight. So we're going to continue. Thank you. We're going to continue regarding this book. Maybe, Chani, could you please tell me what expectation do you have with this book?
Well, I believe that this book is going to be amazing. Um, Listening to the stories of my friends here, co-authors, um, incredible. It's just incredible. And the best part about this book is that you not only get to meet these wonderful women here, but you get to inspire a lot of women out there. And I will say that don't be a bad person just because other people are bad to you. Don't do bad to others just because somebody did bad to you. You don't need to change who you are. Who you are is the gift from God. And you are beautiful just the way you are. So that's why my chapter is, do not change your essence. You don't need to change. You just a wonderful person, and God, is always watching, always helping you to go through. So just be who you are and do not change for because of others did bad to you. And buy this book, please.
Thank you, Chani. Thank you so much for sharing that. What about you, Kiora? What expectations do you have to this book?
So my expectation for the book is to really, for whoever reads it, especially for a woman that might be reading it, that you don't feel alone, right? There are a 9 of us in total that have 9 different perspectives, 9 different stories, but they're not unique to the point where we're the only people who ever had it, which means that the other people out in the world, they can relate to it too. Somebody else is feeling the same thing if someone else is feeling down, right? Because it's the journey from caterpillar to butterfly, right? So there's another woman that's out there that's in the caterpillar phase and feeling like, I'm never going to get out of this space, and there's no light, there's no hope, there's no, this just sucks, right? But there is a light, there is motivation and guidance on the other way. There is a path out, and there are other women that can share that experience with you. So for people just to not feel alone, for them to feel seen and be inspired, and why it's just so important to need you to get the book, right? You're not going to know it without reading, and reading all of the stories, right? Because maybe 1 or 2 women, that's not your story, but you're going to find one in that book. So you'll get there. Just keep reading.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kiora. And Elvia, do you think that the people maybe can improve some aspect of their life by reading this book?
Absolutely. I think that each and every story is different and has the ability to inspire different women that are in different points in their life. Um, I, for one, hope that my chapter is able to break the stigma that is often associated with having a special needs child, and to be able to say, you know what, they've done it, and I can do it too. Letting them know that they're not alone, that it may not be easy, but it's such an amazing journey. And it just has transformed me into a better version of myself. And so I really, really hope that that our stories can break the stigmas associated with each unique story.
Thank you, Elvia. I totally agree with you too. So I would announce one more time that this April 18th, we will have the release date for this amazing book, My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly, April 18th through Amazon. Blanca, please, in Spanish, maybe, can we invite the
Yes,
audience?
yes, yes, because we are with amazing people. Elvia, I love your Dora. It's amazing, amazing. Wow. You have to know Sunday, Kelly. She's amazing.
Yeah,
Chani, I love
thank you.
you. Kiora and Eugenia, I know now because I read your stories so amazing. Thank you for be part of the editorial Revive, Revive editorial. Así que amigos, no se pueden perder este martes 18 de abril estas fabulosas mujeres y las que verán el día lunes, que faltan en la entrevista, que estaremos el día lunes con la autora y las 4 maravillosas mujeres que también son parte de este libro. El martes 18 estaremos todos juntos celebrando este lanzamiento porque podrás leer cada historia. Lo que han dicho hoy es apenas un poquito. A little bit today you hear from there. But on April 18, tú podrás leer la historia completa. You have to read complete story. Amazing,
Yes.
amazing, amazing. So, el martes 18, que hará todos ir a Amazon y comprar. Estaremos tirando los enlaces a partir de las 6 de la tarde para que a las 7 podamos celebrar. Enjoy together the big book launch. So,
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, Blanca. Sí, exactamente. So, remember that on this Monday, we also have the interview with the author Alexandra Velez and 4 more co-authors. So you have to be connected with us in order to learn and listen more stories about this book. Okay, so remember also this Monday, another interview with Alexandra Velez and 4 more authors. So in the final part of this interview, maybe how can you invite the public or this audience, how they can connect with you through this book? Maybe, Tani, can you please give us a final message?
Final message, will say that believe in God and believe in yourself. That's all you need. Believe in God. Believe in yourself. And you will achieve anything in life. No matter what others say, no matter what others tell you, you will achieve everything you want in life with God first.
Thank you, Chani. Eugenia, please tell me how the audience can connect with you, with Chani, with Alexandra, with Elvia, with Kiora, how they can connect with you through this book, of course.
I just want to say it's just this whole experience has been awesome. And don't despise even your little triumphs. I think that we feel like you have to do something major or big to feel important or to feel like you've hit your mark in life. Um, just take that small little thing. It could be just getting up for the day. It could be walking around for the day. It could be opening your eyes. I mean, all those things sound so minute, but those are each a blessing in each day. So I just would say, like the young lady before me, continue to just thank God for the little things, the steps that get you to the bigger things. Remember, the book is called From Caterpillar to Butterfly, and the transformation is what makes the journey great. So I would just say that would be my words, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Eugenia. Kiara, what about you? Do you think, how do you think that why the audience has to buy this book? Why?
I think that it's necessary to buy this book because, like I said, there's something in it for everyone. I feel like a common theme in general, right, is you have to, like Chani said, you have to trust God, right? It's going to take time, right? It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen next week. It may not even happen in a month. Or it might not even happen in a year, right? It's perseverance through it. And I feel like in each one of these stories, you're hearing persevering. You're hearing the crying out. You're hearing the I can't believe I'm here. And then you also hear the, okay, well, then this happened. Well, okay, then this door opened. Okay, then, this family member showed up. And, something will happen. It will break open, but you just have to persevere and go through it. And I feel like it's important for every woman to stand there, and that's in the middle of the trenches, to know, sometimes the ladder doesn't come in the form of a ladder. Sometimes it's, you know, shimmying up the side of the hole, right? But you'll find the little footholds and handholds to be able to get in there and do it. So and I think that's detailed in all of our stories. So I think that's why it's a bit of a must buy.
Yes. Thank you, Kiara. Thank you so much for your words, for your sharing that too. So we have still getting these phrases from our author, Alexandra Velez. Please remember, mark on the calendar. April 18 will be the release from this book, My Journey from Caterpillar to Butterfly, through Amazon. Okay, so thank you so much, all your empowered women, to be here tonight. Thank you, God. Thank you, Revive Editorial, to make this interview possible. I will invite all the people can connect with us through Revive Editorial. On Monday, it will be the next interview with Alexandra Velez and four more co-authors, and also the special day on Tuesday, April 18th, that it will be the launch for this amazing book. So, Blanca, maybe can you tell it that in Spanish too?
Yes. Gracias al público que se conectó con todas estas mujeres maravillosas. Recuerda que el lunes estamos nuevamente en una entrevista y que el martes todas estamos listas para sacar ese libro que declaramos ya que será un bestseller. Así que todos a conectarse, conéctense con estas hermosas mujeres por las redes sociales, pídanle sus autógrafos con tiempo, reserven porque después van a estar muy busy, no les van a poder dar los autógrafos, así que corran detrás de ellas porque después no digan que no les dijimos que vayan por sus autógrafos. Gracias al público que se conectó. Thank you so much, beautiful ladies. Thank you so much because for Revive Editorial, Revive. We are so proud of people like you. People empowerment, women empowerment, other women. So that is amazing. So let's finish. Right. Thank you so much. The trailer again. You have to see. Let me see here. Okay. Yes. So thank you so much. See you on Monday, 7 p.m. Bye. Thank you,
Thank you, guys. Thank you to all the audience.